It's the second last day of the United Nations Habitat Assembly, where countries have been mulling over how to change the lives of those that live in informal settlements and how they can urbanize cities. Of course, governments from 193 UN member states are trying to share some ideas and also, more than anything, give a feedback on how far they are in achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. And among the governments that matter is local government. Of course, local government are the ones that are dealing with the people on the ground. And we know, according to the UN Habitat, that at least 40% of the world population will be living in cities. But the question is whether municipalities are ready for that. Do we have enough infrastructure to allow the men on the street to be able to live in cities as per the estimation of the UN Habitat? But right now, just to talk about municipalities and their ability to accommodate people, we are joined by SALGA President Charles Stofile, just to talk to us about what they think of municipalities, especially in South Africa, because the Auditor General did indicate that only 38 of them got a clean audit. Mr. Stofile, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just talk as SALGA. How are you feeling about the assembly and what we are getting out of the assembly from other countries? Are you feeling that there's something you will take back to South Africa and implement?
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us in this morning. Yes, we had a very exciting discussions inside here about how to deal with matters that affect humanity in the globe, and how do we then collaboratively work in changing their conditions, because they've elected us to be leaders, to lead them in driving transformation and change, that inclusive of service delivery. So we have learned a number of things inside here. What the take home of what we have learned is what the South Africa has started over the years, trying to pull together resources and direct resources where they are needed mostly. And where they're needed mostly is to deal with challenges that our communities are facing. That's one thing, and which is one strategic output that we have learned and take it back home and say at home this is what we have been doing, and seemingly we have not been doing enough, and thereby it doesn't have any impact into communities.
Of course, now when we talk about home, we know municipalities play a huge role. We need infrastructure that will accommodate the influx of people that will be moving to cities. And are municipalities ready? Is SALGA impressed with how municipalities are in their current form, basically?
Look, we can't say we are happy, because what are the results are showing us that we are not improving. I mean, you look into the last MFMA results, 2020, 2021. It says it was about 41 municipalities that had a clean audit, now reduced from 41 to 38. So it means there's some challenges that we are facing as local government. So it's a matter that we are accepting as one of the weaknesses that we are facing. These challenges cut across in many areas. One of the areas is the ability to have infrastructure that responds to challenges that we are facing. And then that speaks to other elements, speaks to issues of capacity, which is a human capacity in this case. It speaks to issues of financial allocation. Does it require, I mean, at the moment, does it meet the needs and demands of our communities with the aging infrastructure that we have or we have taken over since the dawn of local government democracy in South Africa? So we do know that. And what we have been doing as an association, trying to work with other spheres of government, because one thing that people must always remember is that the drafters of the Constitution, they were very clever, because they anticipated from the time of establishment of local government that there will be challenges in local government. That is why they enacted Section 154 of the Constitution, that in the event that there is a weaknesses in the municipality, they must then work collaboratively in helping the municipality drive forward with its program. So in that context is what we are saying, out of all of us, both government and local government practitioners, members of the public, we need to join hands, help one another, go forward. And that is why what we are learning in this, they're talking about the importance of mobilizing stakeholders, because stakeholders have an important role in changing the conditions of our communities.